Good morning, one and all. How are you feeling? In the UK, the clocks went forward and I went to bed at 3, so I'm feeling a bit creaky on it. So how are you? Full disclaimer, yes, I'm still in my jammies. Sorry, not sorry. This is a live for the kids out there. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Give me a few hearts and whatever, because it's lovely to know that someone's listening. My name is Cai Graham. I am author of The Teen Toolbox. I'm a parenting coach, and I'm actually, Instagram is now my platform to help kids. So lovely to see you. And this is for all the kids out there, especially in the UK, because today is Mother's Day. And the question is, have you remembered? Well, if you have, you can sort of, polish your halo and go, yeah, go me. If you haven't, all is not lost. I have 18, I kid you not, 18 little hints and tips to make Mother's Day just as wonderful for your mum, because at the minute, well, you know what we're like. We don't care if money's thrown at us or not. All we want is the gestures and the love, and I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you regain your glory in your darling mother's eyes, if that's what you desire. So, 18 tips. I tell you what, if you've got something that I haven't covered, shove it in the comments, and then we can spread the love, can't we? So lovely to see you. Thank you. We've got Krishna there. Well, actually, it's Karma Hollywood. Swear by her. She's the one that fills in all the cracks and makes my nails look lovely. More about that in a minute. Here we go. First things first. Come on. What mum doesn't like a cup of tea? Or actually, the worst thing is that my darling daughter was very well trained. She knew, this is such a bad thing to say, but she knew probably about at the age of 12 how to pour a really, really mean gin and tonic. So if you're watching this and that's the right time, offer a glass of wine or a gin and she'll love you forever. Because then it's an excuse because you've offered, so she can't say no. Anyway, drink responsibly, folks. But if it's in the morning and you've just woken up and gone, oh crap, what am I going to do? Give her a cup of tea, she'll love it. Or a cup of coffee, delete where applicable. That's number one. Number two, and in all fairness, you've probably missed the boat. It's 7:20 here, but 7:20, it's 10. You could make a breakfast in bed. It's always a nice gesture, isn't it? Full disclaimer, I'm in my jammies and my kids are still asleep. I may probably just go back and sit and read in bed, given half a chance. That's all mums want, really, is a bit of peace and quiet on any day, not just Mother's Day. I tell you what, if you're watching this on a Tuesday and you think, my darling mum needs a little bit of a sort of helping hand, then just go and do one of these things. She'll love you, seriously, and it gets serious brownie points. I'm talking from experience. So, I'm going to have a little slurp of my said tea. Excuse me. So, make her a cup of tea, number one. Number two, breakfast in bed. How about number three? Handmade card. And you can't go, oh God, that's so lame. Yeah, it is lame. It works brilliantly. How many times have you sort of seen your bits of artwork on the fridge or something like that? I kid you not, I have kept every single Mother's Day card, birthday card that my kids, as a little, it started off as a little shoebox. It's now a bigger box. It's now, I call my memory box. And yeah, I go back. There's stuff in there like sort of angels for the Christmas tree made out of loo rolls. That's what I'm like. And there'll be many mums out there that do the same. So if you make a handmade card, I don't know, however old you are, maybe you can't draw, just do a handprint. Come on, it's the thought that counts. This is all, kids, I'm telling you, thought. That's all you need. And I'm breaking the back for you. You don't even have to come up with the bloody ideas. So there you are. So a handmade card with, I don't know, a little sort of message. And if you want to sort of be really eloquent and you don't know what to say, go and Google it. Mother's Day verses. I tell you what, it's there. So there you are. Number 4. How's about doing some laundry? Yeah? Do you know where the washing machine is? Yeah? Even folding stuff, or even sort of learning how to do the washing machine. Tell you what, there's many people out there that haven't a clue, A, where it is, or B, how to work it. But just fold stuff, or put it away, or bring it downstairs from the laundry basket. And the thing is with this, it's the little tasks that for us are just that Groundhog Day. And if you just come in and offer to help, oh my gosh, she'll love you forever. You'll get away with murder later, but hey, there you are. So maybe off to do some laundry. Another one. Clean your room. And I don't mean put everything on the bed and throw the duvet over it. I don't mean that. I mean sort of make it look like it hasn't been hit by the apocalypse. So maybe bring all the cutlery and the glasses and the sort of plates with pizza bits on it, or even the pizza boxes if they're still there. I know, yeah, all those tissues that are under that, yeah, those ones, yeah. She doesn't want to tidy those up. If it's your mess, you can bloody well do it yourself. So what a better day to start on Mother's Day. Do that. Empty the bins. Actually, the bins are probably empty, aren't they? Come on, let's be honest. It's probably all that crap. My darling daughter, love her dearly. She's got a bin in her bathroom and she just throws things at it. She clearly wasn't in the netball team because she throws things at it and they just miss. And I sort of say, well, what's stopping you complete the process and picking it up off the floor and putting it in the bin? She just goes, nah. So there you are. Just clear up your room and bring the crap downstairs and just, I know it doesn't bother you, but it'll make her feel better because she knows that in there is lurking wildlife that you probably don't even know about. We know about these things because it's called experience. So if you can clean your room, that's great. Another slurp, because that's what I'm all about. Thank you. Make a voucher. What do I mean by that? It could be a little contract, or it could be something with lots of hearts and flowers around it, or it could be a piece of A4 paper with a bit of writing on it. A voucher to say whatever you want to say, but it's usually sort of things like promises. I promise to, I don't know, do X, Y, and Z over the next week or the next month, or I promise, you know, or I want to give you blah, blah, blah next week, or this voucher entitles you to 2 Sundays in bed for the next, you know, anything. Just think of sort of something that's quite original. And it could be I promise to do chores, or I promise to do this, or this. Here's a, you know, I whatever. It's all about time. It's all about promising her something. And if you haven't got anything from the shops, then just jolly well write, you know, this voucher or this coupon entitles mum to a free Saturday night sitting on her backside, whatever. Do you know what I mean? And that's quite fun, and it makes you show that you sort of care about her and you appreciate all she does for you. That's quite cool. So that's thank you very much indeed. Thanks for joining. This is a sort of note to you latecomers. I am just giving you 18 tips on how to survive or pull yourself back from the brink on Mother's Day if you were a child that has forgotten, or indeed doesn't have the wherewithal to buy stuff, doesn't have money in your bank, your pocket, your whatever, to buy anything. This is all free. So this is pretty cool. And then the next one, do some chores. Yeah? What's she been asking you to do? Do you have allotted chores? You know, many families have, so-and-so has to take out the bins, so-and-so has to do this, so-and-so has to walk the dog, so-and-so. Do what you should be doing and maybe a bit more without being asked. Because in fairness, us mums hate sounding like that cracked record. We really do. We hate sounding like nags. We don't like the sound of our voice sort of going, have you done this? Have you done this? Yeah, I'll do it later. Have you done this? Have you done this? Thank you, Jade Musselwhite. Thank you very much for saying hello. Good to see you. Good to see you, Nikita Boss 136. Lovely to see you, and thank you for joining us. Have you got any Mother's Day tips? Or maybe you're in a different part of the world and it doesn't resonate today. But I tell you what, every day we should be appreciating those around us. Come on. And I know today is in the UK, it's all about mums. But actually it should be all about mums most days, and dads and grannies and grandpas and one another. Peace out, let's love the world and all that stuff. Because, no, don't get me started. We had a heated debate over dinner last night about the state of the country. Right, so do some chores. You know, think about, take the bins out, or just do something nice, that because it's for mums, it's the groundhog, it's oh God, and she does all this without terribly much thanks, and it's always quite nice when someone thinks of someone else other than themselves. So give it a whirl. Why not just say, Mum, it's a beautiful day out there, let's go for a walk. She'll probably sit down and take your temperature and make sure you're all right. Or maybe that's something you guys like doing. I mean, come on, it's springtime now. The clocks have gone forward. It's all a bit brighter. It's a beautiful day. Well, it's actually, I'm lying, it's grey, but at least it's not raining in London. But just go out for a walk, or, you know, it's cheap. Go to the park. Go and take the dog out or whatever. Don't take a cat on a lead. I've tried that and they just collapse on the floor and you have to drag them. But hey, well, most cats. Go and YouTube that. So that's quite funny, actually. So go out for a walk. I don't know, even if you end up in a sort of, you know, a pub or a restaurant having lunch or late tea or whatever it is, just go and do something different. The thing is about, I keep on going on about Groundhog Day, but it's just breaking the monotony, just doing something different. And all this is free. How about doing your nails? Seriously. When my kids were little, I have had my nails done. Now I have them done by Karma Hollywood, just saying. They're bloody brilliant. You might not be able to get to that place, but go and find someone else if you like. Maybe give your mum a voucher for that if you can chip in, but that's not part of this because this is all free. So maybe off to do nails. I must admit, I've had my nails done by now my daughter's damn good at it, but when they were little, and I had my nails done, and actually, I've been to meetings with different colour nails and shambolically done, and have worn them with pride because it says, my kids love me. So do that. Also, here's a bonus one. A girlfriend of mine came to one of our parties a while back when her kids were little with a pasta necklace on. And someone went, oh my God, how embarrassing. You know, poor girl, she's having to wear it. Why did she not take it off in the car? And everyone else went, oh my God, that's so cool. And it was basically a necklace made out of dried penne pasta, threaded through a shoelace or whatever. And she wore it with pride because she said, this is what my sons made me. And it was a talking point and it was wonderful. And she felt so loved. And the rest of us were going, why haven't we got a pasta necklace? So there you are, you see? I told you it was the simple things. And there was a bonus. So it's now 19, isn't it? Going back to the practical stuff, unload the dishwasher. Yeah, you know all those plates that you've just brought down from your bedroom? Don't just put them on the side. Don't just think the dishwasher fairies are going to put it in. I tell you what, we need to be trained to do this. My mother, darling woman as she is at 79 years old, has like coffee, coffee like you wouldn't believe. And all she does is she stacks, even when she comes and visits me, she just stacks her used coffee cups just above the dishwasher. I was going, what's that all about? Why can't you just open it and pop it in? She's too late to train, my mother. Love her dearly, but there you are, that's the way it goes. Oh God, I better phone her. Shit, I've forgotten. There's a reminder. Emma, thank you for joining us. I'm talking about 18 plus 1 tips for kids to help, treat their mothers to Mother's Day treats. There we are, because in the UK it is Mother's Day, so there we are. So empty the dishwasher if it needs done, otherwise stack things in the dishwasher. I don't understand the mentality of not just opening the door and putting stuff in, yeah? What I would do is I suggest that this sort of becomes a habit because it's not hard, but who knows? But, out of little acorns, mighty oaks will grow. So it's baby steps, isn't it? So any of this is a great way of starting. It doesn't have to be rocket science. It's just the little things that really, really help. How's about, here we are, let me take a slurp. Sitting down with your mum this afternoon and going, can we watch a movie together? It's not hard. The proviso being, it's her choice of movie. There's always a hitch, isn't there? But try that, because we just love sitting there. And she doesn't have to, if you're a 17-year-old hairy teenager, and male or female, you might not want to cuddle up on the sofa with mum. If you're sort of, or maybe you might. That's the whole point. But it's an opportunity for her just to share space with you. And actually, if you're a teenager, that's what we crave, because the majority of the times you guys just, I get it, go to your room or do whatever, or crave sanctuary, crave the opportunity just to have downtime on your own without the, how was this, how was that, tell me all about that. I get it. But today's Mother's Day, okay? So suck it up and spend some time with your mum. Yeah? And then once she's got her fix of you, once she's sort of had your company, she'll leave you alone after that. She'll bask in the glory that you've thought of her, for goodness sake. So it's really not hard, you know. And actually, us mums aren't too bad. Some of us sort of appear, I mean, Jack, we were here till about 2, 3 last night. And then Jack had to leave. And he's 25. And as he was going off to his flat, he was about to go to the door. And I went, hang on a minute, kiss me goodbye. And it was like I'd asked him to take out his molars. I went, come on, mate, seriously, it's not very needy. And oh, God. So he still does it. But now it's just, yeah, right, yeah. Whereas when he was 7, he just used to sit, anyway, he used to sit on my knee and cuddle. But hey, we're past that now. So us mums realise that you guys are growing up, but just humorous sometimes. It's not hard. And you might hate it. Don't think Jack likes even me peck him on the cheek. It wasn't even in public, for God's sake. It was in Alice's flat, but there you are. So movie of your mum's choice and pretend you're enjoying it. She probably doesn't. I started, you know, with Jack, I just remember started to sort of get into Game of Thrones, not because and now I'm absolutely fixed. I'm watching it for a second time before the new series comes out. But I used to watch it and think, oh God, but at least I'm sitting with my son having a nice time. If this resonates with you, do me a favour. Couple of hearts, make me feel loved. Because my kids are still in bed, so I need to feel loved. So that would be lovely. So, also, it's a Sunday, right? Today's Sunday. Why don't you get your school bag done now so that there's not that last minute scramble before you go to school tomorrow? That'd be quite cool. Maybe some of you are on no, it's not half term. It's not the Easter holidays yet, is it? So if you get your school bag sorted now whilst you have time, then that's always quite a cool one, because then there's not the, are you ready yet? Get down, the bus is about to leave, and all that sort of shit. So just thinking ahead. God, that's what mums love, when you start thinking ahead. How's about offering a mini manicure, a mini back rub, a mini pedicure? Some of you might go, you're having a laugh, aren't you? Okay, that's fine. I get it if you don't like, if that's not your bag. But if it is and you hadn't thought about it and you thought, crikey, that's free, I'll do that. Why not? Just get all the knots in the shoulders, or just, you know, give her a hand rub or give her a foot rub. If it's not your bag, don't do it. I mean, I get it. But some people might just think, oh crap, yeah, I can do that for 5 minutes. Yeah. I tell you what, there's nothing better. It just gets rid of all that tension, and it just gives you an opportunity to have a chat. And if you don't have time to do it now, if you're studying for exams, or if you're doing something else, or you're not at your mum's today, or whatever it is, do a voucher and say, I promise to do you. Yeah? Do you get it? Yeah. So, next one. Oh my gosh. Write her a thank you letter. What have I got to thank her about? She's my mum. Oh. Are you struggling to find what you want to thank your mum about? Thank you for making my pet lunches. Thank you for driving me to school. Thank you for ironing my this. Thank you for unloading the dishwasher. Thank you for fumigating my room when suddenly beetles start crawling around everywhere. Thank you for whatever. Thank you for all the things that she does. The things that you don't realise. Yeah? All the invisible things, the things where you suddenly think, oh my God, the laundry fairies, or oh my God, you know, clean plates and clean things don't happen by accident. Thank you for supporting me when I had this going on. Thank you for helping me with my revision plan. I don't know, what's your mum done recently? Thank you. I love it when. Just maybe start off, maybe just 10 things. Darling mum, or dear mum, or to mum, or whatever you want to say, 10 things I love about you. I love the way you... I mean, the thing is that we were doing something last night, and Alice just sort of started laughing. She said, "Oh my God, your laugh is so contagious." She said, "I love it." And then Jack went, "God, that really grates." And it was, it's just, so some things you like, you might not like other things. But just stop and say thank you. Appreciate what she's been doing for you. By the way, all of this stuff, including the manicures and the pedicures, if you so desire, is great for Father's Day as well. Because dads like to feel loved. But it's not about dads today, it's about mums. Okay? So got it. So write a thank you letter. I tell you what, that'd be in a memory box like a shot. If you can't think of anything to write, to say, actually, no, can't think of anything, drawn a blank, well, shame on you. Maybe your relationship with your mum isn't quite like that. Maybe you'd like it to be. Maybe write her a poem instead. That's the next one. Well, I don't know what to write. Okay, well, do you know what? We don't care if your poems rhyme. We don't care if they're long and short. The very fact that you've sat down with a card or a piece of paper and a pen to think, what can I do for Mum today, is enough. Roses are red, violets are blue. I can't think of what to write in my poem, but I love you. Or, again, go to Google, Mother's Day poems, write it out, and she'll be chuffed to bits. And she'll think that you're extremely clever and terribly talented. And I'll tell you what, the world and his wife will be so impressed, because she'll tell Granny, and she'll tell her mates, and she'll tell everyone at work, and she'll do, because we're like that. And if you don't want them to, say, P.S., please don't tell anyone about this. This is just for you and me, and then she'll shut up. Cook a meal. Cook a meal. Now, I don't care if it's baked beans on toast. Tell you what, make it really cool. Put a bit of parsley or a bit of cheese on the top, and it looks so different. Or if it's something more adventurous. Or if you've got brothers and sisters, you can collectively do it together. Maybe someone wants to do the starter, maybe someone wants to do the main course, maybe you can't be bothered to make something as flash as that, and all you want to do is do a couple of boiled eggs. We don't care. I have had some very, very dubious meals in the past, and I have enjoyed every single one of them, because I appreciate the effort that's gone into them. So think about making her a meal. And, she will have a cookbook or two, or if she hasn't, go online and find easy things to cook in. It can be 10 minutes. Jamie Oliver does great 15 minutes things. Have a look and see what's in the fridge or even in the freezer, or find some tins or whatever. And I appreciate many of you, health and safety, cook responsibly, folks, and I appreciate many of you might just open the fridge and go, crikey, Kai, there's nothing in here, or whatever. But this is all gestures. This is all making the effort. It could be, I don't know, a bowl of cereal. But whatever your resources allow, it's the thought that us mums love the best, okay? If you are scraping the barrel, how about a treasure trail? You could do a treasure trail and maybe put it around the garden or put it around the house or the flat or wherever you're living, and go from one room to the next. Or if you've only got one room, then one part of the room to the next. And write little notes, and maybe you could write clues for where the next one is, or if you can't, you just, like an Easter egg hunt, just say there are 10 messages in this room or around the garden, you've got to go and find them. Remember where you put them. Well, you see, if you don't, then in June or September, she might find another message. Oh my God, they love me. How cool is that? So just think creatively. And then the final one is, go on a day. Do the hoovering. Yeah, I can't stand the hoovering. But there you are. So how wonderful if someone does it for you. So there are my sort of 18, 19 tips, how to survive Mother's Day on a shoestring if you've got no money or if indeed you've forgotten. And this will help you kids out there who wake up or do whatever, the clocks have gone forward in the UK, you've run out of time, you suddenly realise, crikey, there's no way I can get to the shops, what the hell am I going to do? Then use this. And it'll give you brownie points, guys, and that's what it's all about. I know, there is all these sort of people say, oh no, you must give without expecting to receive. I get that. But it's also quite nice to put a bit of thought and effort into it, and it's also nice to be appreciated. I mean, do you ever have have you ever bought someone something and you go, oh my God, I can't wait until they open this. This is so exciting. And you're so excited that you're actually giving something that you know they're going to love. Then that's a win-win, isn't it? So, I hope you found this useful. It's just all about appreciating. It's not just Mother's Day. Well, it is Mother's Day today in the UK. It's not. This doesn't have to be sort of saved. I mean, you know, if you're sitting there and you've got nothing else to do, write down what I've said. Even if you can't remember all of them. I'll tell you what, shall I give you a quick roundup and then it saves you going back to the beginning. Make her a cup of tea. 1. Do breakfast in bed. 2. Make a card. I've kept all mine. They're in the bloody attic in a big fat box. That's what it's all about. That's what we want. We don't keep, you know, we don't keep the sort of the sort of big expensive stuff. What really matters to us mums is we keep the things that mean the most. You're laughing. Do some laundry. Clean your room. Make a voucher of a promise or some promises. Do some chores. You know, the ones that she was nagging you about and you haven't actually quite got round to yet? Those ones. Those ones. Go for a walk with her. Take the dog or the rest of the family, or maybe you've got something on your mind and you don't know how to broach it with your mum. Maybe you need support. Well, this is a great way of reaching out, because the best thing about walking is the fact that you can speak to, hopefully, someone you trust. I get it, not everyone does. But you can speak to your mum whilst you're walking, so there's no eye contact, so it takes the emotion out of it a bit. It takes that sort of Spanish Inquisition feeling out of it. So whilst you're just walking, you can't look at each other in the eye, and it relaxes everything a bit. So if you've got something that you need to get off your chest, this is a great way of doing it. And just sort of say, oh, come on, I need to take you for a Mother's Day walk. And you can broach the subject there. Seriously, that really helps. I promise you, because then it makes life a little bit easier. So is this for your benefit? Of course it is. Of course it is. But the very fact, because most of us mums want to have your back rather than be on your back. I promise you that. But sometimes maybe communication's broken down so much that you don't know where to start. Well, here is a great way of opening that door and going, can we just go for a walk? Oh, God, why? What's wrong? No, it's just Mother's Day and I want to spend half an hour with you. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. You see? That's all we need. So go for a walk. Maybe do her nails, whatever colours you like. You could be a little bit evil here, but don't say I said that. You know, because I've been in meetings with black and silver and red and green, and I felt very proud because of it. Because actually, it's not all about making appearances. It's about feeling good inside. Undo the dishwasher. Watch a movie of her choice. Do your school bag and all that shit, so tomorrow it's less of a panic. Mini foot massage, back massage or hand massage. You don't have to do it, but it's a thought if that floats your boat. I don't know, make him practice if you want to, you know. Write her a thank you letter. Write her a poem. Cook her a meal. You might need help, but hey, that's cool. Write a treasure trail of little messages, or I don't know, find a box of chocolates and leave a chocolate in each space. Whatever it is, make sure it's actually not on a cream sofa, because that'll melt and it might not be a very good idea, but use your initiative here. And finally, do the hoovering. Or, last one, give her a big fat kiss and say, I just love you very much, and I haven't got anything, but I just want to tell you how great, and thank you, and I love you very much. So on that note, much love. And anything you need, if you are struggling or you need support, do me a favour, just DM me, because that's what I'm here for. I am here to support teenagers, young people, through this minefield of adolescence, and sometimes it's shit. So hopefully today, with my 18-20 tips on how to sort of treat your mum on Mother's Day without spending a penny, there's your answers. But if you need anything else, give me a shout, because I'm here to answer your questions. Much love, and I'll chat soon. Thank you.